Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Starting my video today off in a different environment. I can't talk today, man. Jesus, going insane. Okay, sorry. The environment that I'm in is different today than what you're used to seeing, which is a fucking garage. I'm on my own, so I'm going mental right now. Yeah, so I've just done a little bit of a streaming setup. I think it looks pretty sick. There's a lot of lights behind me that light up the room. Project JDM blue, so that's sick. If you haven't noticed already, we've got a set of TE37s behind me. Pressed graphite. I want to keep them for myself, but I can't, unfortunately. So they're actually going to be a giveaway item for people of Australia. So if you're a resident of Australia, you can join the giveaway, which will be live in March, I believe. Feb or March, depending on how we go with our other giveaways, then that will be live soon. So you can join our mailing list on projectjdm.com.au. We'll give you a notification when it's live, link in description down below. A little bit different today. I want to be showing you guys some of my skill sets, I guess. So I have a degree in 3D animation, and I've really wanted to develop my own body kit for an R33 GTR. So I thought it'd be sick to kind of build my own based on the Nismo body kit that exists already. So I've got a Nismo front bumper coming for the car, so it would be really, really sick if I could like develop parts to fit over the top of that and then continue into the body lines of the car. So in today's episode, you'll be seeing me go through my modeling process of how I modeled the front fenders. They're Nismo Z-Tune style fenders. Basically, I'm taking some inspiration from the JDM Nismo brand and putting my own flair on them, and then seeing what's going to work and what's not, and then hopefully one day I develop them into like actual parts. I guess like putting that out there in the universe now that I will be doing this one day. It's just a matter of time. So yeah, you'll probably hear me annotate here and there of what my thought process was when I was building this. So for those who are curious, I was using Cinema 4D and Octane Render. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So we've started here with an R33 GTR, a 400R model. Basically, it's the Nismo 400R kit. I got this from Turbo Squid online. I thought it'd just be easier to start with this than obviously model it all from scratch, because like that would take way too long. But what I'm doing is taking reference from the body kit itself and then creating parts from that. So what I'm doing here is pulling out some sort of like over fender piece for the front bumper. You can see I'm modeling using soft select and manipulating the vertices. I really just liked how the Nismo front bumper looks, and because I'm getting one for myself, it would be really cool to manufacture parts that fit over the top of it and don't destroy the integrity of the original design. So basically we're going to be pulling out verts, widening this section so then it fits to the fender itself, and the fender will be custom made as well, as you'll see later in this video. The fender will arch over wider across the wheel arch and then go into a sort of like a Z-Tune Nismo front fender sort of style, where they have that vent up the top near the mirror sort of section you'll see later down the track. So yeah, I'm just going through and modeling what I can, manipulating verts and sort of shifting everything into place that I see fit. Basically, you'll see that I just model in these sort of body lines, staying true to the OG form, and yeah. I'm going to let it time lapse for a little bit. Let's speed this up and then we'll go through and jump in where I can. So here you can see I'm starting to model in the fender. I'm grabbing the existing one and pulling it out to the width of the wheel that I just moved out. What I'm trying to go for here is like a flared out sort of look, where it will pull the front of the fender all the way to the back out. So at the back part of the fender, it will open up to a vent, which will actually allow, ideally, air from the engine bay to actually escape from there out through this gap. That's kind of what the Nismo Z-Tune fender for the R34 actually does. So like this is kind of based on that. Essentially, I've seen a few different companies do this. I think like Factory M, they do a fender that's very similar to looking like this. And also Garage Active have their own version of that kit as well. But what I wanted to do here is kind of have the headlight have a little cut in as well that follows that little curve around the headlight there, so it has like a little cut in that looks really nice and flows into the body kit, because I haven't seen them do that either. It kind of just merges straight to the headlight, so that looks pretty nice. And then around the fender well, like the archway that goes up and around, I wanted to do a little cut in, so then when you look at the fender from behind, it will actually show the wheel protruding a little bit when you're looking from the back, which I kind of like. I like that. The wheel overhang there, it looks really nice. Okay, cool. I'll let this time lapse a little bit further and you can see just the process of me modeling this a bit further. So here you can see I'm starting to color and texture the car, so that way we can kind of see how the fenders and body parts that I'm developing will actually look when they're reflecting an environment. So what I'm putting in is a HDR environment, just creating a base color for the car, so then I can kind of see how things reflect, if any body lines are too sharp, if it's not really looking nice, like in terms of how it's refracting and bending light, like I'm gonna have to fix that and smooth those edges out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. So after I was done messing with the colors, I wanted to take some of this mesh and put it up into the top vent, just so the body looks more consistent with each other, like it has the same sort of mesh. And yeah, I think later down the track I'm obviously going to have to buy some sort of mesh and then spray it black. I would probably go for black mesh, so it's a bit of the stealth look there, and we'll have to fasten that in somehow into each of these vents. After I was done with the vents, I wanted to move on to the body parts and start flushing up some of the pieces and aligning them so that like the body lines of like the headlights would flow down into this front vent. And then also I think I figured that the front bar, or the front lip rather, was just like a bit off. It didn't look very good, so I wanted to make that a little bit wider. And I think later down the track you'll see me texture this in carbon So then it offsets kind of the color a bit of the car. It complements it nice with the carbon. So you'll see that later down the track. But yeah, just flushing up things I can. I think filling in any gaps that I see are a bit off. Yeah, there's just one thing I want to note, that this body kit, like, yes, it's based on the Nismo front bumper and the body kit, but like, I'm just basically modeling to my taste and what I think is going to be cool, I guess, to look at. But essentially, this is just V1. I think I'm going to go through and refine this even further, do another whole set of modeling, and then kind of bring it back. And I got to fix up the back fenders, which I do an over fender style sort of add-on, but I'll fix that up later. And then yeah, keep updating you guys as I go with this kit, because it's going to be, I think, a long time in the making. In this section, you'll see me modeling in like a panel to block off between the headlight and the fender. I really liked, like, I think there's a wide body kit for the R33 GTR, the wide body version of it, that's like super rare. And what they do is when they pull out fenders or make wide body kits, they also have this little cutaway that kind of follows the body lines of the headlights, and it just looks really nice. So I thought I'd try and replicate that here with this. So yeah, I'm just trying to fiddle with like the positioning of it and how it sits, and obviously I'd have to refine this a bit further and make it true to life if I'm trying to 3D print these models as test fits and stuff like that. But for now, I was just trying to fill in the gaps and make it look render ready, I suppose. So moving on to the rear quarter panel of the car, I just wanted to grab the existing body lines of the car and just exaggerate them into becoming sort of like an over fender style panel replacement almost. And then having like a bit of a vent at the back would have been cool as well. So I was just testing with that further down the track that you'll see. This is obviously V1, so obviously there's a lot of things that I'd need to fix, and I'm not really completely happy with how it sits on the car, and obviously the side skirt doesn't really match up very well and it looks just odd, but for the most part I think it turned out alright. There's a lot of development that needs to go into the back end. Might even steer away from doing a full panel like this. It's a bit big. It's adding unnecessary weight in my opinion, unless we do it in carbon fiber. But yeah, like carbon fiber would be the way to go. It's a very big panel, so it might be very hard to achieve for like one of my first carbon fiber pieces that I'll be creating. But yeah, like I said before, I'm not really stoked with how the side skirt marries up with this. So like, I'd probably have to make another piece that makes the side skirt come out. Maybe some sort of canard or something to fill in that gap would look kind of cool. Similar to the super style sort of side vent things that they make on some body kits. I'm not sure what kit that is, but yeah, for the most part I'm just going through and modeling this, putting in some more body lines where I can to fix up the geometry. You'll see me going back and forth looking at side view and stuff like that as well. And to finish it off, I apply a few textures just to really complete the look of the car, and I want to do a few renders. I set those up and yeah, hit render, and this is the final result. Really stoked with how these turned out. If you like today's episode, really would love your support. Like, comment, subscribe, that'd be wicked. Let me know what you think about the kit, whether it looks cool or not. Like, I'd love for you guys to pick it apart. Tell me what you do and don't like about the kit, because I'd love some feedback to go off and refine further. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.